Understanding nodes. Simply put, a node is a container of color effects. Let's come to this shot here, go to color, reset all grades and nodes, and now we have no grades on this shot. This node here will remember all the effects and all the controls that we apply down here. So if you go to primaries, increase the saturation, and change the highlights, all this information, all the changes we made here now are saved to this node. And this includes all the effects down here. So if I switch to primaries and change gamma and bring the shadows down a notch, now all of these changes that I made here and here will be saved to this node. So if I add a new node by coming to nodes and add a serial node, I have a new node here. This is our original file and this is the final output of our color grading. The first node will be applied to our original image first before the effects from the second node being applied to the output from the first node. So if I come to the second node, I double click on it, now I have this color around it, which means that whatever I do here is actually being applied to the second node, and I remove the saturation. You'll notice that the final image that is coming to the output is actually black and white. That's because we removed all the color in the second node. Why do we use nodes? Nodes provide some interesting functionality that you cannot usually get through layers. Let's take this image for example. I'm going to reset all the color grading. I'm going to take the first node and just increase the saturation. Bring the shadows down a bit. Increase the gamma a bit. And now what I'm going to do is to actually choose two different parts in the image and add them to different nodes. So I'm going to add a new node by coming to nodes, add a serial node. I have this node here, and I am going to add the parallel node. Now you see the image coming out of the first node is being split. It's going to this node and this node. And they're combined again through a parallel node combiner before they're moved out to the final output. So now I can control certain parts of the image through node 2 and other parts through node 4. We're going to get later into how I did this, but now node 2 controls the red parts of the image and node 4 controls the green parts of the image. So if I select node 4, apply any changes down here like saturation, gain, whatever I do, will affect only this part of the image that is being selected in this node. And if I select this node and just do any changes to the image, it's also going to affect only the parts that are shown inside this node. And this node here just combines the two images together in order to send them to the final output. We are going to be discussing different types of nodes in different coming films.